Hi, this is Brandon Smiley from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called a half kneeling cable face pull. This is a great face pull option that you can put in your training programs for your athletes, your clients, for some upper back rehab, prehab, developing the rear delts, to add in some more pulling volume in your training programs. It's just got a lot of great bangs for its buck, plus we're in the half kneeling position, which is excellent to be able to get the hip flexors lengthened if you want to be able to get a bang for your buck and condense some time. So, you need a cable machine and some kind of attachment. I'm using the standard like rope press down attachment here. You could use split ab straps. You could use dual handles. There's a couple different options in terms of what you use from your handles. I'm just going to use just a regular rope attachment though, because it's really easy. Probably something you're going to find at almost any training facility you go to. I've also got an AirX pad here for my down leg, and then we want the cable set around chest height, give or take, because we're going to be in a kneeling position. So we are going to want it at a height that's around face level when we're kneeling. So that's usually a good suggestion, is usually around chest level. Now I'm going to have my one leg down, depends on what leg you want to do. We're going to grab the rope and the cable here. We want to make sure there's always tension on the cable, so we don't want it like this. Okay, I want to make sure there's always tension on the cable. I've got my other leg in front of me. I want to make sure that's dug in good and strong there. Make sure that my hip is forward. Okay, we're not going to leave my hip back. We're not going to crank through extension. We're going to keep our hips forward, toe down. Let this pull our arms forward. So we want to make sure that our shoulders are coming all the way around our rib cage here. We don't want to keep it pulled retracted. Let it pull here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep our elbows high. We're going to pull this silver piece towards our nose. So here, feel that toe, feel the glute, pull. Then obviously you can switch sides. The number one thing that I like about the half kneeling cable face pull versus any other kind of face pull variation that you're going to do in most cases is the fact that in the half kneeling position, we've got that glute engaged, we've got that toe dug down. It's much, much easier to keep the ribs stacked over the pelvis, keep everything neutral, and it's going to make the exercise not only more difficult, but more efficient as a whole when you're being there and you're not cranked into extension while you're doing your face pulls. That's probably the number one problem that we see with the face pull in terms of the execution, is that as people begin to fatigue, they might start out okay, but as they begin to fatigue, they just start to crank through extension, and at this point, we're not really even doing a face pull anymore. We're almost just doing like a really high row in terms of a lat pull down. We're actually trying to make sure that everything is down and stacked, and we're trying to pull and make sure we're getting some good scapular retraction and protraction through that range of motion. And like you said, you also get some free abdominal work if you do the half kneeling hip flexor part correctly, and you can make sure you keep your ribs down with it. So, with being a prehab exercise, you can obviously do both sides, even though with some different PRI principles and things like that, you might find that you're stuck in a left stance or you're stuck in a right stance, and so you need to program some left stance work. It might be beneficial for a lot of your athletes just to remain with the left leg down. You get some bang for your buck out of that as well, and we tend to find ourselves programming that a little bit more with athletes that begin to have a little bit of some PRI symptoms as well. So, but when you're doing this, it's a prehab exercise, so the volume is key here. 10 to 20 reps, 3 to 5 sets, superset it with stuff. Use this as a filler exercise, get some extra pulling volume in. Definitely something that you can put into literally anybody's program, so long as they can be in a half kneeling position without any pain. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave in the comment section. Thanks, have a great day.